Welcome back to another episode of Toronto Media's Show and Tell. What the hell? How you doing, people? I'm trying to clear stuff in the... Right when I pressed record, I realized I had a big mess in front of me. So I'm finishing clearing that up, and we are good to go. Now, this is a, not your average, hey, here's a new toy, or here's a really old, retro, cool toy that you probably haven't seen before, or it's so obscure. This is something that was very common, but this is an opportunity for me to re-explore some of these figures that I found. Basically what happened is that I left a box in an old tool shed, which part of the ceiling and the door fell out and or collapsed. In my case, collapsed. The door fell out, roof collapsed, and a lot of my figures got ruined. But that's okay, because a lot of them were Spawn toys that are pretty much worthless. And but if you can look, you can see how bad this package was damaged. So we are going to rid ourselves of this package and flee and flee and flee and free our figure from his plastic prison. So right here, what we have here is straight from the pages of the comic book, Curse of the Spawn. And what is this character's name? I know he's a Spawn. He's a version of Spawn, but which Spawn is it? It is Curse of the Spawn. That's Daniel Lasso. This is back. Oh wow, this is how old this is. This is when Metal Gear figures were coming out. So what, 1998, 99, around there. Curse of the Spawn 2. I don't know. Does this guy have a name? Is his name Curse of the Spawn? Hey, look, it's Curse of the Spawn. Yeah, Curse of the Spawn 2. We learn from the past. We live in the present. We fear the future. From the not-too-distant future, is that MST3K? Comes Daniel Lanson, Curse of the Spawn 2. Shards of hardened bone, tissue of rotting semi-organic flesh, and the stench of death are the ingredients of the terror that the Curse of the Spawn unfold upon those in his path. Don't just be afraid, beware. So... yeah, I don't know what year this is, but if you want to, you can still go to spawn.com and check out what old Todd McFarlane's got going on. Which is cool because, wow, that's like some random little thing that just popped. What are you doing? What are you doing? Leave that alone. My dog is here hanging out. Dr. Pepper, say hi. He's chewing on random things in the music room. So what do we got here? So now it's I would say he's good as new, but I mean some of the air and things when it wasn't really tightly sealed, so he's maybe gotten some damage on him. But he's got these pre-posed, that's what started sucking about the 90s. He got these pre-posed characters, but very highly detailed. Whoever sculpted this did a pretty good job. However, I think sometimes they did a little too much of the washing on the bones, so you get too much detail sometimes. But I like his feet. He's got great feet. He's got a lot of bats. If anything, say what you want to say about Curse of Spawn 2. Curse of Spawn 2. You should shorten it up. Use the abbreviate it, cause. But then it would sound like Bill Cosby. We don't want that. So he's got some bats that don't have really, I guess you just use your imagination. You put the bats, just a group of bats. That's pretty cool. La 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 la. You can just kind of hang them, stick them somewhere. I'm really careful with these spawns because if you saw one of my last reviews, this is what already like, I mean, this is over 25 years old, I think, at this point. Around there, give or take. More random bats. He's got axe and bats. This plastic is really yellowed. And it's got a lot of crud and stuff inside. But overall, the figure has remained in great shape. It's a pretty little interesting concept. Hey! Quit moving stuff around, dude. Dr. Pepper, cut it out. Go lay down. As my friend Gabe always says, don't yell at him like that, man. Don't yell at your dog. I love him. I love your dog, man. Don't yell at him like that. I don't yell at him. I love him. He just needs to hear me. Hey. No. Lay down, dude. Come on. I'm doing a review here. A show and tell. What the hell, Dr. Pepper? So here's some bats. Some bats are facing one way and some are facing the other way. They're pretty well sculpted. Trying to focus a little bit on them. And let's get the other bats here. Oh, I'm noticing now that there's like a little peg hole for them. There was actually a bat in the studio not too long ago, so I should have done it when this happened. But you know what? I didn't know. I didn't have the foresight. Someone left the door open. And we're getting his wings out. I like the wings. That's like probably one of my favorite elements of this whole figure are these giant bone bat meat wings. Old meat wings over here. And these would peg on his back, and they do have some... Listen to that. Nice little sound. Friction, people. Friction. Oh, look. He's got, like, it looks like a thong or something. Like a meat thong. A muscle bone meat thong. He's got a bunch of bones about his butt. So, it's probably not that easy to use the toilet. And I'm trying to figure out if there's another area where I'm looking for a little peg hole. Oh, don't fall, camera. Don't fall. But here's what he looks like. I'm being very careful. These figures will break. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your political beliefs. They will break. Now, I'm trying to figure out if this is supposed to go over here in the hand, because look at this. It's sealed on the top. It's got a hole right there. Spawn's all posing, and he's like, hey, look at that. Look at that. You saw this, didn't you? Actually, I'm going to take a little picture of that. This is more for posing, I guess, but you would have to put it in this because this axe doesn't really split apart. Luckily, you can kind of wriggle this like so and use this section to kind of help keep it in place. But you know what? This actually looks like it does go in here after all. So then why does he have... Oh, because of that. You all fell for it. It would have been cool if he had a helmet, because it's just like this generic Spawn skeleton face. Like a giant meat bone helmet. Look, he's even got like teeth right there. But very nice figure overall. I still don't know where this pegs into because there's no peg on top of this axe. There's like a little lizard snake thing holding it. So I guess I would just have to like kind of cram them in there because I guess he's always going to have a swarm of... This also has a little peg hole. Maybe you're supposed to put him on his little bones on his arms over here. Like that. There you go. Okay, that looks cool. There you go. It's not a bad figure. Not a bad figure. I like the color. I like that the grays almost look like a little bit of a really faded blue. And I like that there's a lot of gloss to it. That's what I like about it. It's very glossy in the muscle areas, but matte and flat on the bone. So that's what makes this figure really stand out, aside from the fact that he's doing this little thing there. Cool axe, cool wings. I guess for the time, it's just a cool figure to display, right? You know, I guess he looks... You know what? I'm glad I opened him because he looks way better out of the package than in the package. You just got to be real careful with these people. So that's it. This is about a 25-year-old toy. If you got more details on this one, any background, feel free to share it with me. I'm interested. He looks actually a lot cooler than the normal Spawn. I like the idea that the redness of the muscle kind of represents like the red in the old Spawn outfit, or it kind of like mirrors that a little bit, you know. But yeah, I do like this figure. Curse of Spawn 2, his whole name. So folks, feel free to check out my Facebook group, Toy Crimes. Feel free to like, add, subscribe, all that stuff. And take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. And we'll see you later on.